Hey guys, and welcome back again to the short 5.2 event, and now we are down here with Citlali and Ororon. So let's just talk to Citlali real quick before we start.
有事吗？我稍后要去首领那里还一事件，营地的其他东西就暂时留在这里。你有兴趣的话，可以随便使用。哎，怎么回事？他怎么知道我喜欢那些？难道他在关注我？不，我怎么会有这种不切实际的想法？肯定是欧洛伦暴露了我，可恶！可他记住我的喜好了吗？哎，其实不记住也没关系，又不是什么重要的事。但他正在邀请我，哎，怎么办？要怎么回应？好啊，有空吧，等我忙完。
And okay, we just finished talking to her, and for you guys, let me just tell you one fun fact. You know that conversation that I just started with Citlali? If you are Ether versus Lumine, her face expression will be different. And I've actually found that out when someone sent like some memes from like Reddit or something. And yeah, unfortunately I don't have another account with Ether to test it out. I used to have one, but it's no longer here. I think I still have it friended, but I think the password for the account is completely lost. So let's just enjoy the event for now, at least. Whew, welcome back to the fighting event. Gotta go fight first before doing anything, shall we? Because you know, fighting always goes first, because after you tire everything, you just need to calm down a little bit and just have just play the event casually. It's nothing serious. The serious part is always about the fighting part. And yeah, that's usually how events are done. I usually do the fighting first before doing anything, as you can see, since like the 4.2 update. No, actually it dates far back than that. Anyways, I'm gonna see if I can do anything, because look at that, Nightmare Burst. This is called racism, guys. Basically, if you have Natlan, you're good. If you don't have someone for Natlan, you're bad. So basically, the game will put more racism remarks. You know, Charlotte's Charlotte's like passive or something. I don't play her. It depends on, do you have people from Fontaine or not? Yeah, I call them racism, but yeah, I'm forced to have, you know, someone from Natlan or like whatever. But I guess it's good. You know, just keep just keep Mualani up. Maybe we can clutch this event. I don't know, actually. This is a pretty interesting one. You know, as long as I have like as long as I have you know, Geo character, and as long as we can like I think Ito by himself is already like strong enough. Remember people once say remember like the Chinese meme about like the Spiral Abyss team, when they have like an entire team just with Nubila, and like usually Chinese people, they go by like four letter names or four-word names, whatever you want to call it, for like Spiral Abyss team, for example, not all of them, but usually they go by like the character names. Each character names, for example, Venti, Mona, Ganyu, Diona, Wenmo, Ganna, and you have also the national team, Guodui, but that's a little exception. But again, and they made fun of Nuvilet because you can go with this Nuvilet, just one people, and then this called the team which is literally the name for Nuvilet in Chinese. You know, 4 syllables, haha, funny, only one people on the team. But Ito can semi-do it, I guess. If there are elements, then he can make shield for himself, although he does need a little help. Of course, any help is a positive thing for your team. How can it not be? And yeah, Ito for me is far more reliable. So whenever you put Ito and give him a shield, you can put literally anybody else in the team, as long as it's not stealing his runtime, of course. And if the character gives him like more energy for a burst, then that would be much more appreciated. Look at that, 4496. Let me tell you, even when the game does racist stuff like you have to have Medland characters, I can still win. It's no problem, you know, it's no problem. I'm gonna use Ito again if I want to. Yeah, he's just too powerful. Let me just tell you that, right? Okay, back to our second round. Okay, let's see what characters we can have. Let's just have Ito. You know, like I said, he works for like almost every thing. Just give him some shields and it's a full go round today. And okay, Hydro. Yeah, it is kind of forces us, but not too much, you know. Just force Ito and it would just work. It doesn't even matter. The constraints doesn't even matter at this point. Okay. So well, we will have no reaction other than just like being Hydro, I guess. I mean, our Hydro characters is pretty lackluster. I should say it. It's bad. It's really bad. We don't even have a healer. Maybe Irina, but you know, she's not fully built yet. But yeah, we can have this, and I don't know. I actually don't know. Just I don't know. Just force the team, I guess. Anyways, actually, if you guys haven't noticed before, the video I uploaded on the 5.1 update, which is the quest that I'm recording, supposedly, I guess, it was in Sumeru. And if you guys don't know about the current Genshin news, there was some kind of strike going on. I will not go in detail because even me myself, I don't know a lot about the details. But all I can say is that hope it all goes well. So I have been playing with the English voice since the game's release, and because I feel like that is something where it hits home. I mean, I've been playing with English on my phone and with Chinese on my laptop, so I kind of hear both sides. As you can see, I'm recording it on my laptop. You hear the Chinese voice, and I guess that's reasonable enough. But one thing I should say is that since the 5.1, with the exception of 5.2, I have been recording on my phone with the Chinese voice because, you know, I like my quest not silent, thank you. But also, I feel like this is an issue I've never seen coming. How often do you just make games and then suddenly realize you can't continue making the audio of the game, which is kind of breaking the immersion. You gotta replace them or something. I don't know. It kind of irks into you, don't you think? That it's like it doesn't feel right, you know? Yeah, as you can see, maybe I should have used Fiorina, but you know, she's not fully built, so she's not gonna be doing too much. But anyways, does it kind of like make you annoyed a little bit? You know. One thing I should say is that you know, I hope it goes well. And I heard from the news just a little bit that every single characters have got their voice returned. That is a weird way to put it, but every characters in Natlan, sorry, let me clarify, in Natlan has got their voice returned, with the exception of Kinich. That is just one exception. You can just replace the guy if you want, but anyways, let's just get fighting, you know. No, it's just some like electro reaction, crystallize. Yeah, this is our you know, this is our elements. We should have been able to do it, you know. See, we should look at that. If it's like easy to trigger, you know, we would trigger it like multiple times already. You know, this event is, I don't know if I can say anything about this event, but like, it feels if you got the right combination of teams and you didn't get unlucky like this one, you know, they will like do a couple of explosions, what should I say, like that deals a great amount of damage to the enemy's health, and this is actually really great. But the bad thing is if the enemy spawn and the perks end, that is the worst thing ever. But at least at this point, you know, it kind of helps you with the event. Just get around the enemies, run. run your best and just get close to the end, and then it's over, I guess. This isn't some more of those like challenging event, I should say. This is more like of an arcade feel to it, so you don't have to worry too much. You can win anyways. So you know the game developers are not gonna lock up some like higher tier prime gems into like the higher reward event or something like that. It's not gonna happen. Mostly the devs will only do it on the Spiral Abyss and those Imaginarium Theater. You know, they should have. You know, the developers, they only had like half month of like Abyss and the other Abyss, but since they announced that, I thought, you know, hey, they kind of like double the end game content, but not really, you know. This is another one, and the Abyss is now 1 month, so I guess, yay, another end game event. I'm not really good at the Abyss. Let me tell you that it's kind of a bit of a challenge, and I like to discover things myself. You know, the 9th, 10th, 11th floors. It's kind of like always easy, you know. But the 12th floor, oh, interesting. People will always say like the 12th floor is like the hardest, you know. Yeah, I can agree on that, and I love discovering things myself. Look at this. We can use the Geo now, huh? Interesting. And I like to discover things myself, because when I look at guide, that means like I'm kind of desperate and I'm not getting creative, you know. Look at this, pyro damage and charge attack. This is built for Linny. This is built for Linny. I don't have Linny on this account, but it doesn't matter. The other account I have. So yeah, that's besides the point. Anyways, you know, yeah, it just kind of gets interesting. I don't think I'm gonna get gold again this time, but let me just see. This is pyro. You know, in this account, it's built for like Dendro and Geo. This is definitely not built for like any other elements. You have, if for example you want to use Cryo, oh well, I have Mona if you want to use Cryo, given if I even have any Cryo characters at all, which I definitely don't have any good Cryo characters in this account. I tried to whisper Aika, but I didn't get her. So let it come to pass. Cryo characters, definitely bad. I don't even have any good Cryo characters in this account, so let's just forget that. About Hydro characters, I have Mona, healer. At most we have, if you talk about the healer Hydro, at most we have Fiorina. That's it. Pyro is we only have Diluc. That's our only Pyro. And if we get Mavuika, maybe we can have another better Pyro. But for now, only Diluc. And next is think of elements. Electro. You see, we have Yaimiko. She's there. She's fine. I have Raiden as well, but you know, none of my team requires Raiden for now. So next is, I think, the Dendro. Dendro is my best team. Again, Geo is also my best team. What's the other element? Anemo, or whatever you call it. Anemo or something. Anemo. But yeah, Anemo is not too good. I don't think I've had any characters. I remember that I actually used Anemo, but maybe, yeah, Kazuha. I have Kazuha for Anemo, but that's about it. You know, you don't play Anemo for like the damage, except when you are Xiao, right? Or like any other characters. As you look at that, we are gold, silver as prediction, and we keep the patterns up. Okay, we're done. Let's go to the next phase of the event. Anyway, back on the next phase of the event. We finished all the fighting. We can calm down now, and more so, just look at that, Citlali's missing. We should have talked to her. See, that's why I talked to her early in the beginning, before she hands the chief that sword, whatever the name, I kind of forgot. And now it's the puzzle game. You know, we speedrun the last one. Oh, the last one in the event was too fast. It's like in seconds, split seconds in fact. Okay, let's start. Interesting. So you know, this kind of game, I think I'm gonna be really good at it. I know some people will kind of like change the layer a little bit, but for me, I don't know how I usually like approach this kind of event. I would usually just like go from like the bottom layer and go from the top. I think it's the most convoluted steps ever. You know, it doesn't feel like a great step, but if you look at that, it's not too bad. I can do it, I guess. And let's just talk about like the state of my event. Look at the first one. That's Sanhach Kompori, I think. You know, I would like to like apologize for not for not uploading too much these days, because my university is kind of like taking up my time, and I got like less time to like edit my videos. But I promise, I know I'm kind of late to like do like the events now and then, but like I promise I'm gonna finish it by like I think but a few more months. Okay, this is just a 5.2. I'll have to probably edit some videos that I kind of left out, yeah, it's just kind of hard with given like what time I have now. It's like it's not a lot, and so yeah, whenever I can upload, I will try my best to like upload and then do my best for like the other things like editing the events and whatnot. And my project is still not finished, and I brag about like my Italian projects a lot. I'll say it, I'm proud of my project. This project is like one of the most extensive projects ever, and I would love to see my project succeed in like a huge level. So if you guys love what I do, especially in terms of gaming or linguistic, it would be much appreciated if you guys can just support us, share my video to everyone, Okay, I'm just, because, let me just tell you something. When I was working in the Italian project, I have a lot of sources saved in the description. And I've been trying to, save a couple of sources myself, though it was not very successful. But let me tell you guys something. When I was working on the project, like early in the beginning, there are 9 languages that I included, and then in the middle of I'll say when I was finished working on the initial draft and I was in the middle stage of like proofreading, proof checking, making sure that there are no mistakes, I added 1 language in like at that point, because I just got like the document from the professor or something, and I kind of appreciate it myself, But last time I remember I have 9 plus 1 language. I checked one of the sources on the language. It was like it was one of like the huge sources because it was like one of the most reliable ever, One of them is called Friulian. I don't know if you guys know this language or not. They call themselves Lingue Furlane. Let's search Friulian language on the internet, and you will find a lot of examples. One of the sources I use for this language, the website, it was like one of the most reliable sources ever, and the website, it went down. I'm not sure how to break the news for you guys, but the website went down, and that feels depressing. A lot of people relied on sources, to keep their language protected, to keep that could be one of the last sources that people rely on for their language, for their livelihood, for their culture, and to see such an important source go away would be, it's kind of sad. I have contacted the email attached to the former website. I don't know if they still reply to emails or not, or I don't know if they even speak English at that moment. I use English extensively in the email since I'm learning Italian and I'm not confident with my skill in Italian, so I would rather use English and be safe. One thing though, they have a Facebook account. The main problem with their Facebook account is that they were last active like 3 years ago, and I don't feel like people are going to go back from their AFK-ness for such a long time. So this feels like a throwing out my hope. I really hope they do respond to my email and give me some closure. Give me a closure, like tell me you've archived the website in some shape, way, or form, or maybe you made an application, Android application for that. That would be great. But don't Don't just delete the website. A lot of people relied on that website to for their livelihood, for a lot of things. It's just devastating. This is why a lot of languages are vulnerable to death. The sources are just internet archive that are just very hard to access. I have one more languages whose source is just one website. Yes, I want to tell you, I have one language. Let me just tell you, it's Ligurian, the dialect I use the dialect is called Dialetto Genovese. You can search on the internet, the Genova dialect. It also relies on just one website. If that one website went down, the entire language went down with it. The difference is that the other language, I can still find books about grammar. This one, I cannot. If this website went down, I'm not going to tell you anymore. The language will go down. It will disappear. This is a serious matter. I'm not even gonna be joking about it. This is a serious matter. If that website went down, the language will get lost and my project will not be finished. I will be telling my audiences, I would like to apologize. I will not be able to finish this project because this website went down, and I will be really, really sad. I am not exaggerating. No. I know I have less time to do the project. I know I have less time to do the game because university and time and stuff. But if I have those sources, I can complete it anytime. If those sources are lost, then my project is lost. I started this channel as a gaming channel. When I play Genshin Impact introduced me to linguistic. It made me appreciate culture, a lot of culture. Chinese, Japanese, Italian. Those three are the most prominent one. And I will not let it go to waste. I will finish this project one day before 2026, I promise. It's kind of been dragging me for a long time now. I know, because I want to be perfect on my project. People say don't be perfect for the first time. People make mistakes. I will not tolerate any mistakes I made, even when it means delaying my work for more than whatever was necessary. I know I've been delaying for almost a year by now. A year minus it's 9 months basically. It's been 9 months and I have not completed it because I feel like these languages are precious, and to get some details wrong would be an insult to the language I said I will represent. And that is not something I will ever tolerate, and not something I will ever forgive myself if I caught myself doing that. That's such a lengthy word to say, but what can I say? At the start of the game, I did not expect me to fall in love with linguistics, and especially with minority cultures and languages. But this is what I get myself into, and I think I will not regret my decision to ever get into this field. I love researching languages, especially when they are of the languages of the minority ethnics. That is something I love. That is something I appreciate. That is something I find beauty of. For me, art is in the language. I know some people don't care about languages. I have first-hand experience of people telling me, do not learn your own language. I have a native language and it's not Chinese. My parents are telling me to not learn the language and just focus on Mandarin, Chinese, go focus on English or whatever. I feel that. I feel like an insult, It is an insult. But I guess I see their point, It's not very useful, but let me tell you something. Preserve your native language. It is part of your culture. It is part of your identity. Do not let it be lost. After our discussion, let's just have fun in the event. This is a co-op event. You just play numerous times and you're gonna get something, Challenge! Okay, why do I navigate? Let's just find one of these. This is just pushing things. Where did we last time see this? It's like one of the events. I kind of forgot, but that one has Simulanka music. That one, I think I'm gonna enjoy it. Okay, amazing. But at least we'll be having fun today, you know? We'll be having fun. Okay. Let's select the characters that not a lot of people use. We have a lot of characters. Okay, let's use Moalani. Maybe a lot of people use Moalani. I don't know. Amazing indeed. And I haven't even played like the Natlan Arc Conquest yet, you know? So I just got Moalani without even meeting her even once. But you know what? I might like this. You know, the last event I remember with like pushing things was like we're working against like each other, you know? But this time we're working together. I mean, what are we trying to achieve here, you know? But at least this is good for casual players. Just enjoy whatever the game has to offer. And yeah, and when they get attracted to you, just go to one of these gates and it's done, you know? It's kind of nice to be casual sometimes, and you get like these extra ones, and then yep, that's it. Great. And so yeah, I might build some of my characters in the game later, such as Fiorina, Nuvilet. That character really needs building, but I will just try to perfect the artifact later, you know. People say artifacts like the hardest part of the game, but I kind of enjoy that sometimes. Not a lot of people enjoy the game the same way I do. People are different, and I get it, but at the same time, you know, you gotta enjoy the game slow and just take your pace, take your time. You don't have to do it all the way like in one go or something. And I also have like real life friends now. Amazing, yay, which is great. And I've never had so much friends compared to like my previous school or something. So I do kind of appreciate that. Although none of them play Genshin now. Back in high school, I have friends that play Genshin Impact, so I can just hit them up and say, yo, wanna play Genshin and stuff? Because, you know, most of my friends are now like international. I have friends from Yemen, I have friends from Afghanistan, and other countries like that. And although they don't play Genshin, they are still my friends, and I appreciate that. Whew, great. It's nice to have fun sometimes, and also I do kind of want to play, you know, one of my older games, but they are on like different consoles or something. I have an untouched PS2. Last time I played was back in middle school. Let me tell you, middle school. Yeah, it was that long time ago. I don't even know if anything from that PlayStation 2 is even working at all, you know? Gotta have like some of the more unique characters people aren't gonna pick, because, you know, this is not just about the looks. This is also about like using unique characters, and use what characters you love. Just okay, so far this is my goals in the game. First, upgrade Fiorina. Number 2, upgrade Nuvilet. And number 3, do a bit more things in Fontaine, unlock a couple of stuff, and just have fun in the region as usual. Just have fun in the game. And also, people might have asked me, when are you going to continue Natlan Arc Conquest? I will say, I will not until every single one of Kinich's voice line is filled. I will not take the compromise, you know? I know people might enjoy things a bit differently, but this is how I enjoy games. I will not play events immediately unless when I kind of, you know, when everything is ready. Last time, you know, I was kind of delaying multiple times back then when like Sumeru Arc Conquest came out, to the point that all my recordings are made in Deonari new voice line, new voice actor. I will say this, I do appreciate Sumeru and Fontaine Arc Conquest, though I remember it vividly. I completed all of Sumeru before 2024, and I did catch up pretty quick with Fontaine as well. And although my recording is suboptimal, I would say, because I took so long like continuing the dialogue and stuff, and I kind of delayed on the 5th act. But I do have to say, I like how I kind of catching up with the game. and I will not immediately play everything and anything like just immediately after it released. That is not how you enjoy the game. I like to take it slow. I like to, you know, just take a more relaxed approach. Don't do everything immediately, or you lose the fun. I saw one of those memes, which I kind of 1,000,000% agree with, which says that I play everything in the day of the release. I unlock everything, I get everything, and then the same player complaining about why is Genshin so dry? Why there is no content? Because you played everything in like day one. Just enjoy stuff. Don't rush everything. You know, I have life and I have stuff to do, not just playing these games. And I do like to take a more relaxed approach to this one. You know. Right. One thing I'd like to see is more content on Mondstadt. You know, the region is very lackluster. You can see, it's their approach on making a game. It's their very first approach, and people will get better. Yes, but that doesn't mean you can leave the first region with nothing. I know how some people will say like, yeah, that's the first time and stuff. But improve it. Mondstadt has a lore. You have a comic about it. You have a manga about it. Just improve Mondstadt. I know I might not be the best player to make that decision, but I've since my team is not is not very good. I swear after this I'm gonna improve my team. I swear I'm gonna improve it 100%, 1,000,000%. Okay. One more to say. Oh yeah. I will fix my team in this game, and I will record that video. Like remember the first time I upgraded Ayaka on her birthday? Like her birthday is like the game anniversary, and the players didn't get like some special message or something. That's like one of the biggest mistake that the game devs ever made, but they kind of fixed their issue, you know. And people even get free 5-star characters on that line, you know. That the thing that people's been wishing for. Is it generous? Yes, but should people expect more? No. Why would people expect more? Because this game is already generous enough. If you don't know, I switched from another game before playing Genshin Impact, and that game was Predatory, and it's a big game. If you want to know the game, I will not mention the game name, but if you know the phone LG Wings, which is the phone that kind of spins at the top, the game is pre-installed in that phone, the LG Wings, and you will know the name of the game. I will not tell you that. Just go search it up. That was Predatory, and Genshin Impact was cozy. It was fun. I love playing Genshin Impact, and I would love for this game to succeed. And I would also love for my favorite region, which in this case is Mondstadt and Fontaine, to also succeed. Mondstadt is the region that that the game doesn't care about much. And because the game doesn't care about it as much, the people doesn't care about it as much. You know, yeah, they got regular update because, you know, Chinese New Year, yeah, and stuff like that. That's why people at least each year, they keep coming back. Yeah, it's people still pay attention to it. People still care about it. But Mondstadt, it's in a state where it meets dire need of content, and I can assure you, even the Archon quest of Inazuma doesn't do it justice in telling the lore. Mondstadt even worse. Okay, what can I take from this? Well, just have fun in the game. You don't have to rush everything. And let's see how much I can buy. Okay, amazing. I don't know if I want to wish more characters. This is gonna be the last part of the event, and yeah, just okay. One message to all Genshin Impact players: just have fun with the game. Don't rush everything. And I will say this. I will record basically back then the Natlan Archon quest was kind of like forced down into you, and you have to like pick the pet name. I've already picked my pet name, the same across both of my accounts for, you know, the sake of continuity. And my brother, I don't know if you've heard this, but he wants to return to the game, but his plan hasn't come up yet, so I don't know if that's gonna happen, but probably not, you know. But yeah, I hope he really does return to the game, because he's like one of the last person that I can play together with, because my friends, they switch games, you know. My friend invited me to play another game, and I say this to them: Genshin is my only game and will always stay that way unless I change myself. That doesn't feel like something. Okay, let me clarify. Okay, Genshin is my favorite game, and this is going to be the game I play the most, because this is the game I feel the most connected with. This is the game that made me love linguistic. This is the game that made me the way I am, and this is something I love, because this game, you know, this game is a part of my, I would say, childhood. I don't know if that makes sense, but I would call this game a part of my childhood, apart from like one of those PS2. I know I wasn't really a child to call this a childhood, but it feels like it is. It's like a memory, you know. The game is still around, thankfully, and I hope I get to play it and I get to enjoy it before I can't. You know, I love for this game to succeed, and as a matter of fact, you know, maybe I should try to enjoy this game in various different ways. You know, learning linguistic is one of them, and I feel like, you know, given the fewer and fewer time I have now, I might not have many chances to enjoy this game as I would be back in like my high school when I started playing this game. And yeah, final note to oneself: upgrade your Firina, upgrade the Nuviat, wait until the Natlan Archon quest is available, and maybe play some other like intermediary Archon quests. And also finish my Italian project. I know it has been devastating to lose the Friulian website, but not all hope is lost. There is one dictionary, but I just have the dictionary and the grammar book, and it will be much harder to do the declension and stuff. But yeah, it is still possible. Not all hope is lost. We still have our Genova, Dialetto Genovese. And also a message to voice actors: please return to this game. We all love you and we care about you. And I hope this situation improves. See you guys on the next time. Bye.